Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely monumental release from a relatively unknown lab that is, quite frankly, shaking the entire AI industry to its core right now. I mean, think about it. Just 18 months ago, a trillion-parameter AI model was basically a pipe dream for most. But today, we're looking at an absolute behemoth. It's called Kimi K3. And look, this isn't just about developers chasing high scores on benchmarks. We are talking about a fundamental shift in the economics, the underlying architecture, and the global power dynamics of artificial intelligence.
All right, let's just start with the big, flashy number right out of the gate, 2.8 trillion parameters. At launch, that makes Kimi K3 the largest open AI model in the entire world. But as we know, a massive parameter count means absolutely nothing if you can't run the thing efficiently. What makes Kimi K3 a true breakthrough is the sheer engineering magic that allows it to function without, literally melting your hardware.
So you're probably wondering, where on earth did this giant come from? Well, Moonshot AI, which is a Beijing-based lab, has essentially disrupted the market by shipping this natively multimodal model at just a fraction of the cost of its Western counterparts. And the key word there is natively. You aren't forced to awkwardly stitch together a separate vision encoder or a video captioner. It natively handles text, images, and video, all across a massive 1 million token context window.
Section 1. Unpacking Mixture of Experts. How 2.8 trillion parameters actually runs.
Now, if they had tried to build Kimi K3 using traditional, dense methods, running 2.8 trillion parameters would be financially impossible. Instead, Kimi relies on a highly sparse mixture of experts frameworks that they call latent MOE. So instead of one giant brain trying to process everything all at once, the model is split into much smaller specialized subnetworks. They call these experts. And Moonshot coordinates an incredible 896 separate experts across this entire model.
To really wrap our heads around how clever this is, picture a massive, state-of-the-art hospital with 896 world-class specialists on staff. When a patient walks in with a sprained ankle, you obviously don't send all 896 doctors into the room to stare at them, right? You just call the 16 specialists who are actually relevant to that specific case. Me works exactly the same way. Out of 896 experts, only about 16 activate at once, so you get that deep, narrow expertise without paying the insane compute cost to have every single parameter fire.
When you put traditional dense models side by side with MOE models, the difference is night and day. With a dense model, every single parameter gets used for every single token generated, and as you scale up, that compute cost scales terribly. But with MOE models, because only 16 experts fire at a time, the compute cost per token stays remarkably low, closer to what you'd see in a much smaller model, while still tapping into the vast knowledge pool of a 2.8 trillion parameter giant.
Section 2. Shrinking a giant model. The engineering reality of a million tokens.
So, handling a 1 million token context window natively, that is a massive, massive engineering headache. If you naively try to extend context that far, your memory costs will just skyrocket. To actually process a million tokens without losing the needle in the haystack, Moonshot utilizes two key architectural tricks. First is Kimi Delta Attention, or KDA, which maximizes efficiency to keep those compute costs from exploding. Second is attention residuals. This preserves critical signal accuracy. It means that if you bury a tiny crucial detail at token number 1, the model can still perfectly recall it by token 1 million without it getting lost in the noise.
Okay, but how do you actually host this thing? A 2.8 trillion parameter model at full precision is so unbelievably enormous that practically nobody could host it. To solve this, they use something called MXFP4 quantization. Basically, quantization shrinks this behemoth by storing the parameters using fewer bits of precision. By trading off just a tiny, barely noticeable amount of numerical accuracy, they were able to shrink this model down to a surprisingly manageable 1.4 terabytes.
And you know what? That 1.4 terabytes is a total game changer for enterprise data sovereignty. At that size, serious engineering teams can actually fit a true frontier-class model on a multi-node GPU cluster. It means that highly regulated industries like healthcare, finance, or government contractors can self-host this model without ever sending sensitive data to a third-party API. For years, choosing to self-host meant you had to compromise on capability. Well, not anymore.
Which brings us to Section 3. Benchmarks and disruptive pricing. Shifting the economics of AI.
Now, specs are great, but they only really matter if they translate into real-world capability. And the benchmarks here? They are seriously impressive.
Kimi K3 is completely dominating in front-end code generation and complex terminal workflows. Taking first place in 6 out of 7 domains on the front-end code arena is massive, and that 88.3 score on Terminal Bench 2.1, that proves this model can actually operate a computer and complete multi-stepped agentic tasks end-to-end, rather than just acting as a simple chatbot answering isolated questions.
But here is the number that is just sending absolute shockwaves through the industry. $3. Roughly $3 per million input tokens. When you compare that to equivalent frontier models from major US labs, which often charge a massive multiple of that figure, it's staggering. This isn't just a fun little discount, it is a structurally different cost basis. If your product is processing millions of tokens a day, this completely rewrites your underlying infrastructure bill.
And looking ahead, with the full open weight scheduled for release on July 27, 2026, we are witnessing a huge geopolitical shift unfold in real time. Eastern labs are increasingly defining the open weight frontiers, while Western labs have historically leaned heavily into closed APIs. Open weights are a big deal because they mean the community can fine-tune the model on proprietary data and run it completely air-gapped. This pressure is definitely forcing a response, birthing Western alternatives like thinking machines to cater to enterprises that absolutely demand sovereignty-friendly options.
Let's wrap things up with Section 4, the Builder's Playbook, actionable takeaways for your stack.
So, what does this actually mean for you? If you're an engineering lead or a founder, how do you use this shift to your advantage? Well, if your team deals with high token volumes, complex coding workflows, native multimodal needs, or strict data residency, Kimi K3 is screaming for a serious side-by-side evaluation against your current setup. If your company refuses to send sensitive prompts to a third party, Kimi has just set a brand new standard that you simply cannot ignore before your next contract renewal.
But, and this is a big but, do not just jump in blindly. You have to account for the realities here. First, self-hosting 1.4 terabytes still demands heavy multi-node GPU infrastructure and a highly capable operations team. Second, a great benchmark score doesn't guarantee success on your own messy, real-world data. Third, remember that open weight doesn't automatically mean your legal team is just going to wave it through without a strict compliance review of the license. And finally, you have to weigh the hidden friction and cost of migrating your existing prompt libraries off your current tooling.
If there is one ultimate lesson to take away from all of this, it's this. Build an abstraction layer into your applications. You need to be able to swap out models seamlessly because the price-to-capability ratio is inevitably going to change again. The best model for the job is a rapidly moving target right now. If you hard-code a single model provider deep into your application today, I guarantee you'll be stuck paying for last year's decision tomorrow.
Because as that line between open and closed models continues to blur, the real question isn't just about which model happens to be the smartest today. Kimi K3 is a stark reminder that power in this space is rapidly decentralizing, and frontier capabilities are quickly becoming commoditized. So take a hard look at your stack today and ask yourself, when the frontier shifts again next month, is your AI infrastructure actually built to pivot? Thanks so much for joining me for this breakdown, and I'll catch you in the next one.